Hey, what's good? It's Cadillaktrackz. This is quick tip 115. Today's quick tip is how to browse your custom libraries using the hardware, the MK3. This is real hard to explain, so I'm going to try to sum it up as fast as I can because it takes a long time for me to do it and to explain it. But if you have a custom drum kit or custom drum folders, what you can do is you can actually browse those on the MK3. I've learned that you don't want to actually install or import your whole library into a machine. It takes a long time to browse that way. But what you can do is you can actually go up here to preferences, go to library and go to user. You can add your different drum kits inside. And once you've done that, once you've added your different drum kits in your third-party folders, you can rescan it and it'll go ahead and it'll add them in. Once they're added in here under samples. If I click right here on the users tab or I switch to user samples, it shows me all of my user samples. You can actually specify these tags, or you can make them or you can remove them. If you can make them and remove them by clicking these little check marks and pushing the plus symbol down here. That's just a basic summary of how to add different categories and subtypes. So once I have those samples loaded in, you can actually, I showed you another video where you can actually make a little graphic for your little folder. So this is one of my drum kits. It's a Cadillaktrackz kit. So I've made a little graphic for it using the Icon Machine website. I've showed y'all how to do that. Once you have that, you can go in. If I click on all banks, it'll show me all of the different subfolders that I have. And then I can actually go into machine right here where it says types. And this is where I can organize it so machine knows how to look at it. And the way it works is on these little different types, if you don't have any type selected, it shows you all of the different sounds. And all you got to do is hold shift and click on a sound, select multiple sounds, and then go down here into types. You can add different subfolders or different types up here. And once you have the different subfolders, you put a little check mark next to it and push apply. So it starts at bank, and then what's inside that bank is the subfolders. And so if you don't want any banks, you don't have to have any banks. It's good to have multiple banks. It breaks it down to make it browse easier in the machine hardware. All right, so that's how you do that. Also, I have a collection of drum kits that I make for machine, and what you can do is you can actually save those inside a folder, and once you have them saved in a folder, you can put them inside of your machine projects folder. So wherever you have machine installed, click on the groups folder and you just go ahead and drop those in there. Once those are dropped in there, I'm just going to show you exactly what I mean right here. This is my G drive, this is my machine folder, and if I click right here on groups, I can actually load up or put whatever I want in there. So I went ahead and I put these extra drum kits that I've made myself. Once those are loaded in there, you can go right here to groups, and you can go to user groups. It'll show up, and you can actually organize them once again, like I was saying, using, if you have nothing selected, it shows all the sounds from there. You can make different types and different banks. Once you have different banks or different types right here, you can put sounds in them, and then you can have sub banks. Like on LAX, I have these two sub banks. You can see how it says LAC is the bank, and then it's got LAC effects, LAX kits for the types. So once you have the sounds inside there like that, all you have to do is just right click, just like I was saying on the last one, hold down shift, make a selection, and then click where you want those sounds to be, and it'll start to organize them into those folders. You push apply and it'll save the settings that you've just done. Once those settings are saved, then you can start to browse it through the hardware. So this is basically telling it how to organize it in the hardware. So this is Cadillaktrackz. I'm just going to go ahead and sum this one up. I hope I explained it the best I could. I'm trying to make it brief because it's kind of a lengthy process, but all you need to do is go ahead and go to preferences, add your different sounds and samples into the library under the user tab. Also, if you have custom machine kits, you want to add those right into the folder with the groups that the program machine is installed into. And then once they're in there, just like I've showed you, you just click right here onto the user settings, and you just go through holding shift, and you'll start to organize your sounds into different types. You can add new types in different banks, and it's real good and it's real easy to do. What you want to do most of the time is you just want to go to the parent folder where you can see all the files, all random, and then start to organize them from there. You might have large sections of files that you want in certain folders. So it's good to have it like that, where you can see all the files and nothing is selected. Once you select one, it shows you what's inside that folder. All right, Cadillaktrackz, make sure you check out my custom MK3 template. Also, make sure you check out my quick tips. I have 116 quick tips, I believe. So this is quick tip number 115. This is how to browse custom user content using the hardware. 1.